She was born at 34 weeks, and she stayed in the NICU for about 2 weeks. She didn't really make a lot of noise as a baby, and she took a really long time to be able to have some trunk strength to sit upward. And I kept, when we'd go to the doctor, she was 6 weeks early, so they kept saying, oh, it's because she's a preemie, she'll catch up. But she never did. And I remember one day holding my friend's baby, and he was just sitting like ramrod straight, nice, and I was just like, gosh, when I hold Carly, she's just so floppy. And this just kind of went on for quite a while, but they didn't find anything wrong. So then we relocated here about 10 years ago, and it wasn't until we were here in Idaho at St. Luke's that we finally found a doctor that said, hey, she's got symptoms of cerebral palsy, and that's what's wrong with her speech and her language and her muscle tone. When I finally got a diagnosis of cerebral palsy initially, I actually felt relieved. I felt so relieved that I had this child that didn't have some horrible condition and that was going to be degenerative and get worse, and she wasn't going to die, and she didn't have some horrible thing. She just was going to be different. It was just going to take more of an effort and more of a conscious way to raise her. And not to say there's times where, I don't feel sad. There are times where I feel like, I see other kids and think, oh, they're so normal, and Carly's different. But I don't spend a lot of time there. I refuse to, because Carly is so awesome and she is such a gift. And I think my initial feelings were just relief, because I knew that she was going to be okay, and that nothing, I wasn't going to lose her. From that point on, it was therapy appointments and, the special needs preschool through West Ada School District, which was an awesome experience for her. And then right before she was going to go to her first summer camp at Camp River Run, just literally about a week before, we saw that she was having seizures. And so we took her, I take her to the emergency room, and they ended up telling us, we found out that she has epilepsy. She has actually a rare genetic form of epilepsy called PCDH19. They say that maybe there's only several hundred cases in the United States. So it's extremely rare. Thankfully, Carly's condition isn't as severe as some of the other girls that have it. But yeah, especially having seizures and not knowing what all that entailed and sending her off to camp, I was really nervous, but I was assured by the nurses and the medical staff that she would be very well taken care of, and she was. I think first and foremost, the things that I worry about as a mom are health and safety. And so you guys have that covered out of the gate with your medical staff and your volunteers. So I think with that aside, it's just us as parents that we are holding on to our fears and our attachments, and we're putting that on our kids, when our kids absolutely should be able to be with people who are qualified to take our special kids and give them an amazing time. Our kids deserve that. And I think that another thing to think about is, we're not trying to raise kids that are so different. We want them to be as normal as possible. We want them to have normal experiences, and going to Camp River Run for a few days, they get to be kids and have those experiences and jump off the dock or go ride in a boat or, play glow in the dark hide and seek at night. This is what they're meant to do, and they get to be kids, and they don't have to worry about going to therapy appointments and lessons. They can just go and have fun in a very safe environment. You just have these awesome kids who you just have to let go out in the world, and they're vulnerable because, you never know who's going to pick on them or be mean to them, and you do just want to keep them home and not let them go anywhere. But that kind of goes back to what I was saying, that those apprehensions are mine. And I think with Carly going to Camp River Run and having that independence and being around people who are going to take care of her, it does help alleviate it. It doesn't always go away, because that's just how us moms are. We never stop worrying. But Camp River Run really was my first time letting go and letting her go do that and be away from me and be several hours away, where I couldn't just go get her in 15 minutes, and to really just let go and to trust. And I'm glad I did, because it's been a great experience for all of us. I thought I would hear that she was crying for me and that she missed me so much, and that she was just going to be so consumed with missing me that she wouldn't have fun. And to hear that at nighttime, at bedtime, she would say she missed me a little bit, But when she came off that bus, she was smiling. She was happy to see me. She just said she had the best time ever, and can she do it again next year? So first year, for sure, for us being separated, because she is really dependent on me, to see that she was fine with being separated, and she had a great time, so it was okay. Still, I think she was a little standoffish at camp. Maybe didn't, get too daring. I know that last summer, she was so confident when she came home, and she was one of the things was she jumped off the dock with her life vest on at the camp, and she was so proud to tell me that. And she continues, I think with that experience, she continues to try new things, because she'll say, I'm going to try something new. I can be brave. I'm going to try something new, which is something that she wouldn't have done before if she didn't have, the people at camp surrounding her and her peers surrounding her, cheering her on. Kids that are different, they're the tiny minority in school, and so they don't always have that courage and that bravery to try new things. And when they're around peers who have similar struggles, and they're around people who can understand and support them, it really gives them that ability to do things that maybe they're not always so brave to do. And I do have times where maybe I do over the top things for her, because I feel like that maybe like her siblings, maybe she's not going to go to prom, or maybe she's not going to have a wedding. No, those are things that she's probably not going to do. She's not going to drive a car. So maybe I buy her Taylor Swift tickets and we go to concerts in Seattle, or, maybe we do kind of over the top things for her, but it's about making memories. And that's what Camp River Run is too. I'm making, you guys are helping me make memories for her, and, making a childhood full of memories and excitement and things to look forward to. What I would tell other parents who, are thinking about sending their kids to Camp River Run, either the sleepaway camp or the day camp, and if you have that apprehension, you kind of just have to push through it and let your kid go, and let your child go have that experience and meet other kids that are like them, and just have fun in a safe, medically supervised environment. I can tell you that I am the mom who is extremely overprotective to an irrational point, and letting Carly go to Camp River Run last 2 summers and go to day camp is it's been helpful for me, and it's been wonderful for Carly. So we're going to have those apprehensions. That's just who we are as parents. And so we have to let them go and be kids and have fun. And Camp River Run's the perfect place to do that. And your kids will be safe and very well taken care of, I promise you.